What's up guys, GV2017 here, and today I'm going to share why I believe Nuka World really works with Fallout 4 and how it just fits well in this universe. This video is sort of a review in progress because, as some of you know, I'm going off to a capture event in California for the next few days. And with how much I've been playing Nuka World, I wanted to share my thoughts on the DLC so far before I leave. I will be doing a more formal review once I've finished the main story of the DLC, so expect that in a week or so. But before we start, there will absolutely be spoilers in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled, stop watching the video now. As of my last Nuka World Let's Play stream, I've finished the Grand Tour Nuka World story quest, which is to secure all of the park zones in Nuka World. I talked to Shank, who wants me to take over the Commonwealth with raider gangs, and I've already taken over one settlement in the Slog. So up to this point, I've done almost everything required in the new Nuka World region where the park is, and I've got to say, I've had a complete blast. It's been so much fun. I've been trying to nail down exactly why I've had so much fun so far with this DLC, and I think I can chalk it up to two things. Number one, the setting is believable. It's completely reasonable that raider gangs could have come together, united by an overboss, to take over and control a theme park. While the raider gangs have their differences, they can all unite under one principle, one thing that they all agree with, and that's that they want to earn as many caps as possible. They do that by controlling the traders in there. They slap slave collars on them. They're basically like slaves now, and so they're all earning caps in this venture. They want to earn as much money as possible. That's something we can just expect from raiders. That's something that they all want to do in the Fallout world. And so, of course, Nuka World was the perfect opportunity for these gangs to rule from basically an impenetrable fortress. I believe Gage puts it like that. It's a fortress. I mean, anyone that tries to come in there and take it from these raiders, unless you're the sole survivor, of course, and you're, OP please nerf, you're better than everything else in the game, then they're going to have a hard time. And so it totally makes sense. But at first, I thought putting the protagonist in the position of overboss made no sense. I was thinking, this doesn't make sense. Why would we waltz in there and just have that happen? But once the story unravels, you kind of understand why it had to happen. The raiders had a leader, an overboss Coulter, who wasn't doing his job. He wasn't representing all of the raiders. It was kind of like democracy in that sense. They elected him. I don't know if they elected him, but they all were willing to follow him, and then he didn't do what they wanted him to do. And so it's conceivable that the sole survivor wandered in and then had Gage help him kill the former overboss. And it gives the player an interesting situation to tackle in the form of this DLC, and I really enjoyed it. Also, just the fact that a theme park designed for families in pre-war, Fallout universe is now being run by raiders who enslave and kill people is just the perfect kind of messed up that we expect in a Fallout game. I've always loved that about Fallout. It's like, this is the level of depravity that humanity has stooped to, and we're experiencing that. And it's just all kinds of screwed up in this DLC, and I love it. The second reason I've had a lot of fun with this DLC is that Nuka World is just a really fun and unique play space and is way different than anything else we've had in Fallout 4 so far. The park has a ton of careful attention to detail, and each of the zones feels really distinct and different from one another. And kind of like what I just touched on, the player experiences this parallel between what everything used to be in the past with this theme park that was designed for families versus what reality is in the post-apocalyptic world after the Great War. And you have this juxtaposition the entire time, and it gives you that really creepy vibe. In the Galactic Zone, what used to be a Fallout-themed Epcot is now infested with deadly robots programmed to defend the zone from everyone, and that's why they're trying to kill you. In Dry Rock Gulch, the area is swarming with bloodworms, and the Protectrons act like you're visiting just as it was before the Great War, and I love that moment in the DLC. In Safari Zone, the zoo animal part of the park is now overrun by gator claws, a really just messed up scientific experiment gone wrong. In Kitty Kingdom, the zone geared towards children now has a ghoul defending his former friends with ferals and radiation all over the place. And finally, the world of Refreshment is exactly the kind of exhibit you would expect out of a theme park based on Nuka-Cola. It just makes sense. And each of these zones has a unique flavor. Didn't you choose that word because, we're in Nuka World or anything, just saying. It has a unique flavor, a set of characters, and a backstory. It's almost like getting several small DLC experiences wrapped into one. The small details like Sierra Petrovita making her journey here from the Capital Wasteland and the backstory of Mr. Bradburton, the inventor of Nuka-Cola, those little tidbits are so valuable for someone who just loves the Fallout universe like I do. And so I really appreciated that they added those things in this DLC. So Overall, from a setting and believability standpoint, Nuka World really hits the nail on the head for me and feels like it belongs in this universe. I've really enjoyed it so far. It's shaping up to be one of those memorable Fallout experiences for me, and I haven't even touched a single location outside of the park itself yet. I do plan on doing that along with completing the main quest line before sharing my final review for Nuka World. So I'd like to hear from you all in the comment section below. How do you feel about Nuka World so far? What are your thoughts? Have you completed it yet? Have you not completed it? Are you thinking that this stacks up to Far Harbor? Is it better? Is it not as good? Share all of what you're thinking in the comment section below. Alright guys, today I shared my review in progress for Nuka World. Next time we will cover more Nuka World on my channel, so stay tuned for Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button, I would really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe for more Nuka World coverage and my general tips and tricks videos. Talk to you guys next time, peace!